Okay, let me kind of back up this edge. We were throwing them, battery went dead, we were throwing the swim baits, having some fun, but I kind of want to cover, the wind's blowing us away from it now. Before it does, I want to cover, because we were catching fish right out of here. So I kind of want to throw just our little soft plastic. See if I can find a color I like. And see if there's any kind of, do I need to even mess with anything bouncing off the bottom? Are they all looking up kind of thing today? This toad color, so far I am not impressed with the orange or the toad colored baby brush hogs. I think I should have stuck with like the green pumpkin and watermelon, the traditional kind of colors that you associate before they came up with all these different fancied ones. And there could be all kinds of fish over there. So that bait does not impress me near as much as this little dude has so far today. That little, let me just do it. I did a whole 360. Let me throw that little mini max, 1/4 ounce. Now, did I buy? I don't think I bought a little. All right, we're gonna start covering some water along the bank. So far, if I had to call a bait, that along this bank edge, the mini max and this bluegill color has been like tearing them up, and then out in this just grass out in the middle really hasn't been a dominant thing working. And now that this is a steeper bank, I may need to break out the, let's do that. We'll do a little, so up in that, I was in that shallower water. This is kind of a steeper bank, so a little 1/4 ounce. But then I also have in my possession, I thought I had left it on a rod, I left it home, but I don't. That is my first one I bought, and I made a peanut butter and jelly bluegill, but it's basically because it's a 3/8 ounce is why I'm using it now. So I'll get that same chatter at roughly the same speed, but it'll be going a little deeper into that water column. We'll see if that can trigger more bites, or do I need to change something up? Maybe try spinner baits once we're out here a little more away from the grass. That fish just came up and seen, a little bluegill came up to see what that piece of leaf or whatever was floating. Maybe I need to throw swim baits today. See that chop there? Once we get on that chop, spinner bait maybe. Well, I thought I needed to go deeper. Come on. Let's just cycle through a couple different chatterbaits. Let's try the black and blue again real quick. Gold blade. Maybe I gave up on him too soon. He did have a fish. turn, throw him across this. Now I have to remember when I come back, if I'm in the mood to still fish a little, I kind of just came to, there's a center line through there. I could actually come back and hit the middle of it with a few different baits. I'm gonna kind of bypass it for now just because we have so much stuff still to cover. Well, I have a bunch of chatterbaits to try color-wise, but I'm gonna try. I hooked myself. That was a stupid move. I want to try the big blade on the blade. Right there's a little tree, some kind of stump tree thing sticking in the water. I can see it. Sometimes that big blade just the way it flutters up there, it gives you the confidence to throw it and something will see it and come up and get it. All right, I'm going back with the original colored. I think this is just too much. All these colors are too much for that dude. So we're gonna go back with the, sticking all those dude back in the box. Let's see which one of these is in the best shape. Actually, this one looks, somehow it looks a little brighter, like it's got a little more gold in it. He's a little chewed up, but we can still make him work. Little chewed up. Hang on. We can make him work, but I need to chop a little more off. So we will try to stick with that side down on this dude. Still get it straight. Just a little bit of a skin hook to where it's perfectly weedless. So all that time we've drifted up to right in there is a little bitty piece of wood. I got to remember which ones I got 20 and which ones I only got 15-pound line, but this one for sure has 20-pound braid, 20-pound P-line original. My depth finder keeps shutting off. That is annoying. Wet battery connections, I guess. I wiggle the battery connections, it kicks back on for now anyway. I don't really even need it at the moment. If I like to have it on just to look down if I see something directly under the boat. I've caught a bunch of fish over the time I've had that one just by looking at little bowling balls. I did it yesterday, caught, you know, a couple that way. Nothing big, but I like this size basically. With the baby brush hog, I can kind of work it even though it's a little gunky. Trick is when you feel something, make sure it's trying to pop it off of grass and not out of a fish's mouth. Can be a trick. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with this color because I think that water is just clear enough. My stomach is growling. I've already had actually plenty enough to eat for me. You know what? Where'd my time go? I lost the time on my deal. we go. 120. So as you can see, they're really not on a, so far anyway, not on a soft plastic bite. What the hell was that? Something knocked a tree down. So I'm going to leave this rigged up. And let's try the spinnerbait briefly. Where did that come from? Get out of there. Yeah, let's try a spinnerbait. First cast out here away from that grass. And Poison Adrena brings home a spinnerbait bass. That color, that is, I just like that color. Let's try one. There was up against the bank. Let's try one out across the grass. Okay, got one there too. Got the rod tip up. Okay, throw this forever, right? That was like 2 casts in a row. Bam, 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 bam. That's why we need Big A to get us some. That's why we need some swim baits in that color. They go with that there, and they just work. And I could maybe do the same thing with the underspin, or out in more open water, just on a, you know, jig head type deal, one of those little swim baits. But yeah, let's go. All right, let's go back to this side. The thing I like about this, the spinnerbait, I can still fill it, and it's going to go kind of a little deeper than almost all the chatterbaits, unless you go like to a pretty, you know, heavy, you know, Z-Man. Oh, that. See, that's one of the downsides of these. There's no keepers here. Now I could super glue it on. I could set it off, you know, super glue it on, set it off to the side. It'll be stuck on. But those, I really need to take the time and just put a hook keeper on it myself. It's not hard to do. There's several ways you can do it. You can actually just wrap like thread around there and super glue that on like a bump, and that works. You could put a little piece of, like I've got the 30-pound test line bent up to where that will help hold the soft plastic on. It's just something I haven't taken time to do. Of course, if you're thinking ahead by like a minute, you could touch of super glue on it and then peel it off as you go. Before long, you'll usually end up with a little mound of bait debris on there that helps hold them on too with the super glue. Well, I should have backed up that spot. There's where I keep getting grass on. I pull it off the bait and I don't clear the boat. So there were some bass over here. I feel I can't really let a bait just set on bottom. Like I gotta throw it out and keep it jiggling it, otherwise it just gets gunked. But it doesn't really matter because they're not hitting it. That felt different. That feels totally different. Looks like a smooth bottom or something there. Let me try that again. Come on, Super Destroyer. If I had to call a rod lucky at catching giants, it's this thing. All right, we just had a little commotion take place right behind us, so I'm going to run this whopper plopper right across where that took place. And just since we're out kind of in the middle of nowhere, nothing's hitting right at this second, sometimes that's when this dude may come into play in our swim bait game. Throw him out, just reel and kill. You can count this dude down too. So I'm gonna throw him to that point. I think I might end up liking this bait. I'm already bleeding again. Casts very well. But he don't get hit. He don't get hit as well as our whatchamacallit does. Let's try him. Oh, did you see that? He got hit there. So you can kind of use him as a twitch bait too. Dude definitely got hit. Oh yeah, he works excellent like that. Come on. I know you guys want this bait. I see something chasing, moving out there. Come on. We got to catch something with the cutest bait in the world. So I'm just going to throw him all the way across over there. And just twitch him. Come on, little twitch. Oh man, I just think I need to get around where there's big fish. Maybe not here, but come on. It casts pretty good. I like the way it works. Just needs to get around. I don't know, our cutest little twitch bait, he got bumped at, but, and we've got our biggest one. He's already caught us a fish, but let's go with our, that's kind of, I think this is the exact size like the TK is. So I have him and then the size up, which this one may be good too, but I'm gonna try our actual baby bass colored one. Throw him around briefly too. This is about that perfect kind of size. Yeah, you gotta watch them little ones. It turns and then your line ends up catching the hook, kind of deal. So when you do the all right, we're gonna go regular fishing for a little while. We're gonna abandon swim baiting, go with probably the, let's just go back to the little mini Max that was working, which is that little bitty guy, the little quarter. Oh man, that, you gotta watch these snaps. That snap is unhooked on the bait itself, see that? So I need to take my pliers, because there's no need to take that dude off. And this may be something you want to double check. And do before you even use yours, is bend that down, because you definitely don't want these, this one too. It will take a lot to break that wire, but that dude popped right out already again. You guys see that? I gotta kink it like all the way on it. So, guy may even want to switch these out, which you can do. I hadn't seen it as a problem with the other ones. Well, as you guys can tell, my snap I'm using is a thicker, so I could take one of those, which I probably need to do, switch it out. So we've drifted up right here. I'll take advantage of that, throw right on the edge of that. Go a little faster, keep the rod up. I see the grass under there. I don't know. Maybe we need to throw our big swim bait. There we go. Oh, that was a for sure fish. I just was not ready to yank on that dude. I can't explain other than I was just asleep at the reel. Right? You've heard of falling asleep at the wheel? I was asleep at the reel on that fish. Happens to the best of us. Be awake for the next one. Come on. Be awake. Oh, that could be one right there too. Come on. Throw a spinnerbait. Actually, no, I'm going to throw our backup bait. If our backup bait's going to work, it needs to work now. If it's going to... Whoa. My release point was a little off. We had something out there that hit chatterbait. Dude, I can't get soft plastic to work on that bait. Anyway, the baby brush hog, we need to abandon that. This is Poague Part 5, and every time I go through there, I go over that way, so now I'm going this way. There's no wind on either side, so that dude is wanting to... Oh. So there's where we had a hit. Oh, there was a bump right there. There's a little dink over there. That's why there's little Dinksville over there. This one isn't keeled quite right now. If I go very fast, he jumps sideways. Yeah, this thing I need to... He's gotten a little out of whack. Somehow. Maybe that swim bait. I don't know what's got him. He's a little off keister. Let's just do this. Let's attach him. I think that might be a little better. Shallow water. There's getting little pecks. Dude. Okay, there is something right under this boat. I don't know if you guys can make that out. So, I just made a cast. I don't know what happened, but that cast jacked up, but I'm going to set that down gently, and then I'm going to turn. So they're still showing something right under this boat, which is kind of out in the middle. So I'm going to drop our baby brush hog down. Should, this time of day, no matter what's going on, there should be a fish down there. Something should live in all that gunk that's down there I just saw. Come on. Alright, we're going to need to switch up because this dude not getting hit by anything. I'm going to switch completely away from soft plastics to a jig, just because it's probably got a little more pulling power, and I don't know. So we're going to go with that dude. Kind of a dark orangish color. Right, let's try him right back. Same kind of deal. Other stuff right back here in the middle. Ready to sink. Try him, then I'll try black and blue. Then I may try a crazy bright colored one. I got one of those rigged up somewhere. Got gunk on that jig. No? Well, I may have had a little gunk. So yeah, now this jig will let us kind of use him as a little bit of a backup, but also as one I can just fire up, swim it a little bit, kill it, throw it around cover. I like these little finesse jigs. Just track down a color. One more cast. There's some kind of commotion going on there. I just have a feeling our intense green color may work. I just got to find that jig. Set down, finish this cast. They may be still in our jig box. And I've got this crazy colored chatterbaits I might try. I've got our peanut butter and jelly. That could be the one I need to try. I might leave him up where I can see him. But the jig I've got in mind, I don't even see. And there, that dude right there could be. So many options, so many baits. There he is. I knew you were in here somewhere. That dude, all those dudes could. You find the right bait, I feel anyway. Like, there you're gonna get a hit. Not every cast, but way more often than that other baits have been doing. So let's just start with our options. Yeah, that dude just looks like money. Today's conditions. Told you. You find the right. That might be a better fish. Stay on. Oh, that's a nice bass. Oh boy. Get in here. Dude. First cast. That is actually the Strike King skirt on our Rogers jig that I made a while back. Look at that. Wow. Look at that shot, boys and girls. Sometimes it pays off to keep switching around until you find something that just works. So hopefully, it may be a one-hit wonder, but hopefully there's more to come today. We're gonna see if this dude's a jumper. Not really big enough to weigh. I guess over 1.5 pounds, getting close to 2 pounds, right? So even the swim baits have only caught dinks today. First cast with that jig, and I don't know if I turned the camera. That dude attacked the boat. So yeah, Poague part 5. It's a winner so far. Definitely #1 place I've hit in a week. So we just got started, this to the island part, right around the bend where we started. We still got to go up, and then you hit a whole nother area. I don't know how far I'll get today. It's almost 2 o'clock. We got here just before noon, so awesome day so far. Let's go.